Hi everyone, Travis Wentruo from Lang & Simmons, hope you're all well. Guys, I'm here today with Nuri Cheek from our Potts Point office, and we're going to have a bit of a chat to Nuri just a bit about his journey in real estate, his journey within Lang & Simmons, and I guess, focusing on sort of what he's seen over the number of years that he's been in the industry, but also around where the future's going and things like that. So, Nuri, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Nuri. I'm from the Potts Point office, and thanks for having me here today.
Mate, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So look, just to ask a few questions. Firstly, how long have you been in real estate for, and how long with Lang & Simmons?
Okay, I've been in real estate since 1988, and most of the time with the same company, but been with Lang & Simmons in the last, I think, 10 years.
Yes.
But for the company, over 30 years for the same company.
Right, because that's right. Because originally you guys were an independent brand,
That's right.
weren't you? That
Yes.
rebranded
That's true, yes.
to Lang & Simmons. And have you always been, so 1988, so we've just gone just over 30 years, that's right, 31 years?
Property management first, and then gradually into sales.
In sales, okay.
Yes.
And always around those sort of inner city fringes?
Yes, around King's Cross, Potts Point, Elizabeth Bay.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Just near the city.
Yeah, and I mean, Lang & Simmons has a long history, with certainly with Potts Point. That was where our first office ever was in 1967.
That's right. Ward Avenue.
Yeah, when it was Doug Lang and Spencer Simmons, when they actually still owned the brand. So a lot of history in that area with the brand itself. So mate, can I just ask? I see you running around on your little Vespa through town, through those areas, and you certainly stand out from the crowd. But I mean, over 30 years in real estate, yeah. What have you constantly done to sort of, I guess, differentiate yourself out there in the marketplace?
Well, I can answer that question. I suppose what makes it easier is if you do live in the area, and because you've worked in the area for a long time, people get to know you.
Yes.
And that's, I suppose, if you can do it like that, it would work. It has worked for me.
Yeah. So you live locally?
I live locally. I live on the Clay Street.
Yes.
And so you get to sell the same property a few times over.
Yes. And
so you're walking around the street, you see the vendors, you see the vendors and the sellers and the buyers, everybody.
Yeah. So you've immersed yourself in your community, like
That's
obviously,
right.
like you live locally,
yes.
You work locally, you shop locally, all those sort of things. So over time, like you said, you become part of the,
That's
part
true.
of the furniture.
It does help. It does help.
And obviously, there's been probably a big change of what you've seen in 30 years in those inner city areas.
That's right. The cross has changed totally.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting area. Potts Point by itself is about 9,000 people.
Right.
And just to help you out here,
what stats? Give us some stats.
All right. 49% of the area is one-bedroom apartments. 12% are studio apartments.
Right.
So that, just so you know, that there's a lot of investors in the area.
Yes, it's more.
And there is high-end property, and the high-end properties, there has been some sales between 10 and 15 million for apartments along the Clay Street.
Right.
And then you've got houses as well.
Yes.
And the medium price is 740,000
for a house. Okay.
For an apartment.
Yeah. Oh, for an apartment. Sorry. So, yeah.
And you can find studios. I've just listed one. Would you believe it's no views, no outlook. It's dark. It'll probably sell around 300,000. So that would be the entry level of a studio apartment.
Yeah.
And car spaces can sell anywhere from 150 to 200,000 in the area.
Far out, yeah. So it's a very unique market there, isn't it? Compared to the rest of Sydney. So you've obviously learnt a lot of things over 30 years. You've seen ups, downs, and merry-go-rounds, as I call it, in real estate. And people have sort of said the last 12 months has probably been trending down. But what's your sort of without a crystal ball? But what are you sort of thinking for the future? And do you see? I mean, real estate people to people, we get that. But are there other factors? Are there other things that are starting to, I guess, come into the real estate space that you think will start to have more of a profound effect on being an agent or being a business owner moving forward?
To answer that question, trends or changes, there has been more investors, but the home buyers are coming back now.
Yes.
Into the marketplace,
yes.
Which is helping.
Yes.
And what can I say for the area? The area is really changing a lot. To give you some other stats, 60% of the people that are living in Potts Point are male, and 40% are female.
Right.
And the average age is 32 years old.
Right.
But we are getting more families coming in. People are downsizing from outside the area and coming and buying nice swanky apartments in Potts Point.
Yeah, right. So it's interesting. Like I said, it's a very unique area of Sydney, and it's interesting hearing those sort of stats.
It's becoming a more foodie area. There's more, like, I suppose each suburb has cafes and restaurants, but Potts Point has a couple of restaurants that have been hatted,
Yes.
and so we're getting the foodies coming to the area.
Yeah.
And Rod's nodding over there.
Yeah. So it's yeah. Now I guess last question if I can leave this.
Yes, please.
You've been doing it for a long time.
Yes.
But it's your first day in real estate.
Yep.
What would you do, knowing what you know now? You know that old saying. What advice would you give out to someone out there that's reasonably new in real estate, or is looking to sort of get to that next step? What have you done that's allowed you to be in the industry for 31 years?
If you're looking to get into real estate, I would say pick your area and stay in the area and work your area. Don't go from area to area.
Yeah.
Because just establish yourself in one area.
Yes.
And know your streets, know your building names.
Yes.
Get to know all the shops, restaurants, everybody.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, Yuri, mate, thank you for your time. We love having you in the network. You're a great
Thank you very
supporter of the brand. Mate, good luck for the rest of the year and thanks for your time. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.